Hi, Shelley. Nice to see
Hello.
you. Hi.
See you.
When we first met, you mentioned that you'd already started Bull-Shaker method with a different practitioner. Is that right?
That's right.
So when was that?
I was back in 2015.
And how did that go? How do you find the practice?
Actually, it went really well. I was able to completely get off of my medication. I was on the standard everyday medication for chronic asthma. And in the end, I was able to completely get off of all of the medication.
And did you continue practicing?
I didn't at that point. I thought, well, I guess I didn't have a good handle on, how it worked, and that I had to kind of continue it to keep everything up. So I just completely stopped. And then over time, my breathing started to go back down again. And I was feeling a little bit like I needed a rescue inhaler. And that's when I reached out and thought, well, I probably need to do more than just get off of my medication. I really need to work on improving my breathing.
What kind of practice did you do? Do you remember what you did?
It was pretty similar to what we do here, just everyday exercises 3 times a day, pretty much the same, similar type exercises.
How did you come around to joining this group?
I was so impressed with the Buteyko method that I brought it up to my teacher. I was in the Barbara Brennan School of Healing that I graduated from, and she was so impressed with it and with what I was doing that she wanted me to share my experience. And then throughout the school, I did, different, last year I went to the California school and did a PowerPoint presentation with what I learned from Buteyko and about the respiratory system. And then from there, one of the students that I didn't know found out about it and reached out and said she'd done Buteyko and she had been working with you all. And I thought it was during the pandemic and like, well, we're locked down. What else is there to do? And it felt like a great time to do it. So I signed up for the basic course and then went on to the intermediate and then on to the advanced. And I'm doing great now.
You certainly are. I mean, you've gone through it quite quickly, actually. Your progress has been very rapid.
I think, and that also attributes to having done the previous exercises. So I was somewhat familiar with it and already knew that it worked. And I mean, it was a process, but yeah, I felt really good about it.
Do you want to say something about the results you got from the beginner workshop?
I didn't have a lot of symptoms, but I had some tight chest, some wheeziness, and I think my control pause was still under 20 at that point. And after finishing the beginner workshop, then I was free of all of those symptoms and over 20 and ready for the intermediate course.
So once your control pause was over 20 seconds, those symptoms are gone. Is that right?
Yes. Once I went over 20 seconds, then I didn't have any more symptoms after that.
It's amazing that, isn't it? How you can go from under 20 to over 20 and asthma and tight chest and wheeziness just disappears.
Yeah, in just a few weeks, it really was, it was amazing.
Did your energy level and your mood change at all? Circulation?
Yes, all of those. Energy, circulation, overall, just feeling like I wanted to do more things, definitely.
You did the intermediate course quite quickly, actually. How did you find that? How did that benefit you?
Oh, it was amazing because it really, brought in the exercise. I was already walking 2 miles a day, but it brought in some additional techniques to work with the exercise and actually increase my control pause even faster.
Something that Vladimir really focuses on is training the breathing whilst you're physically active, which is the next job to do, really. Do you want to say something about that process and how it goes?
Yeah, just by bringing in your normal routine exercise, or if you're not already exercising, getting you to get up and move a little bit more really gets the control pause up higher because activity is, what the body needs. We want to move and keep our body active. So the intermediate course brought in different techniques for whatever level you were at to be able to get whatever benefit out of it that you needed.
You went on to do the advanced training with Christopher Drake. What were the benefits from that?
The benefits were actually amazing. We don't realize how much our minds control what our bodies do. And the advanced course was techniques to get your mind to separate from your body, to relax and not focus so much on the fear of not being able to breathe. It was amazing to really work those techniques in, and really brought the control pause up even more.
There is really no deep relaxation unless you can separate off from the activity of the mind.
Yeah, and I hadn't thought about that, how much my mind was controlling the fear of not being able to breathe, and just separating that from what was really happening made a huge difference.
And what I found, because I had this long-standing symptom of fatigue, what I found was that this symptom continued on as a shadow. It's like somehow the mind produced it as a habit.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of realize it was a habit and it wasn't true. I had lots of energy, but I thought I didn't have any.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have a similar experience?
Actually, not so much, because once I was able to let go of the fear, I mean, it took a long time. It took a while to really be able to separate from those, but mine was mostly just the fear of not being able to breathe. Once I was able to get past that, then my control pauses and I could get those up even more.
But do you think it was real fear, or do you think it was just a habit being produced?
I think it was, for me, it felt like both, it felt real. So it definitely was a habit. It definitely started when I was younger, and possibly from some past lifetimes, I don't know, but yeah, it was definitely a habit. I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed the first person I worked with, but this group of people that I've been working with this time has really made a difference in my life. It's got my breathing up to a control pause of 55 right now, and I know I can go even farther. So it's just an amazing group of people to work with. I love how it was laid out in the beginners, intermediate, and advanced, whereas before it was just all kind of in one. So it gives you an opportunity to not have to push as hard, but to really gradually work your way up and work different techniques into the program and have really dramatic effects. So I highly recommend this program. It's been great, and I'd love to continue working with all of you.
We look forward to that too.
Me too.
And we do, whether students deepen their knowledge over time with this approach and join the community or not, we do continuous free follow-ups for everybody. Yes. It doesn't matter what your level you're at. I find that that's very helpful to people.
Yes, I love the advanced reunions. I try to make everyone.
Well, we're due to have another one soon. That's on my list.
Yes, thank you for all that you all do for breathing.
It's a big group now. Mm-hmm. We've been building it over the last, 14 years. It's spread all over the world.